Hello, students. Welcome to the Love School, confronting myths and misinformation about relationships.
Where couples and singles learn to love intelligently.
By answering our students' questions, we help not only those students, but other students who follow us to learn from other questions and mistakes. Those who are wise do not need to make the same mistake. They can learn so as not to make that same mistake. Let's learn from other problems and mistakes now.
Hello, my name is Adriana. I have a 10-year-old son with my husband, who I live with for 11. These 11 years, I've always dedicated myself to my family, taking care, loving, always putting my family first. Detail. I was betrayed all this time. She says detail. This is not a detail. Well, this is a fact. It's a very big thing that has happened in her life. But all those relationships did not last long. Although I was always being betrayed, but the worst has just happened recently. A betrayal after 2 years that he was settled down without betraying me. He had a relationship with a woman. She got pregnant. And he said he will accept the child. I went over everything during that time to keep my family. But this time with a child out of wedlock, who can be my husband's daughter? I don't know. He refuses to separate and he doesn't intend to reach that point. I don't intend to reach that point either. I don't want to separate. It's been very hard. He's devastated and I don't know what to do anymore. I don't have the strength to face all this.
Well, what stands out is that you have been tolerating betrayals since the beginning of the relationship. And then it comes to a moment when he cheats on you again and the woman gets pregnant and you keep saying, I don't want to separate. I'm not ready to separate. I don't want to. And I would say, on one hand, I understand that she doesn't want to separate. Of course, no one marries a person thinking of separating. But on the other hand, this is your weakness. Your fear of losing your husband, your fear of losing your family, makes you the woman who accepts everything and has a man who crosses the line. That is the problem. When you don't respect yourself, when you show that you will accept everything because the most important thing for you is to keep the family, you're giving this message to the other person. Look, you can even betray me, like what happened all these years, these 11 years. You can betray me, but family is more important than anything. So I will not lose you to another woman, because even if you betray me, I will not leave you. So the message she sends is, you are given free hand to cheat on me. She needs to understand that this is a weakness on her part.
Then you see that this is very typical, right? Many people are all or nothing kind. The person either stays there tolerating everything that is wrong for the love of the family or leaves immediately. Oh, I don't want to know, I don't want to stay, then leaves right away. There is a in between. There is a happy medium where you can fight for your family, for your marriage, and not accept unacceptable things. That's it, Renato. I see that a lot of people don't know how to get to that in between. Because she's right to want to fight for her family, to maintain the marriage, to maintain the family. But not under these conditions. You can't keep it. For example, your son is there. You say he is 10 years old, right? Your 10-year-old son is learning this too. He's seeing that the woman can be betrayed. Okay, no problem. That the man can betray even if he is married. That you are not strong. You are weak. You accept what is wrong. That is, the woman has to accept. The woman, she is weak. That all is being taught to him without words, but as your example. So, no matter how much you're doing what you think is best for him, It's not. There has to be a happy in between. And what's that? How do you reach that happy in between? Fighting for your marriage, but also not tolerating betrayals. Unfortunately, you have tolerated for 11 years, but you've got to the point that you now have to take a firmer stance, because there is no way you can change the 11 years of betrayal or change the situation of him having a child outside of marriage. He will have to accept. Now, he is the father of another child, and he will not stop being. So you're going to have to accept this. But starting now, what are you going to do from now on? What are you going to do? The conditions for this relationship to continue. This is what you have to think about and have firm conditions. For example, say this: look, I will forgive you. I definitely will, but whether we will remain together or not will depend a lot on you. Because now I'm not going to accept that anymore. I won't accept, even if it's only one night. Because she said here, Renato, in a way as if
he cheated on her, but it didn't last long.
Nothing. She accepts. Deep down, she accepts it.
There's no betrayal that is not serious. It doesn't exist. Is there any betrayal that's not serious? It's a betrayal, but it was nothing serious. There's no such thing. It simply does not exist. This way, you already show why he has the liberty to do that. Because for you, it was a small thing, so little. Think with me, student. She even thinks about detail, right?
She even talks about detail, right? She
says
it's a detail.
A detail. Being betrayed since the beginning of the relationship. A detail. So think with me. What do you want? What do you want from a husband? You want a faithful man. You want a man who respects you and is faithful to you. A good husband, a good father. That's what you want. But what you want is not what you have shown by your attitudes of tolerance towards what he does. So, you want a faithful man, a good father, a good husband, but you accept an unfaithfulness, you accept disrespect, lies, you accept that he makes promises and then breaks them all. That's what you have accepted. In the name of what? In the name of not losing your husband. The husband that you don't have. Do you understand that you have already lost that husband? Probably since the beginning. You've never really had a husband. So you're afraid of losing what you don't have. And this fear of losing makes him trample over you, mistreats you, cheats on you, and keeps cheating on you. And if you keep dealing with the situation that you have until now, he will continue. And look, there will be more children out there. He will have more children, and it's possible that he already has others. Why? Because he doesn't see that you are able to respect yourself. You don't respect yourself. You are not firm in your position, so he sees that he can do whatever he wants. Now, the day you understand that for someone to respect you, you must respect yourself first. You need to draw a line on the floor and say, look, at this limit here, I will not accept that anyone passes it. The limit of lying to me, the limit of being unfaithful to me, of mistreating me, I will not accept this. When somebody sees that when he sees that you have that sense of self-respect and limit, he'll know that to keep you in his life, he will have to respect that limit. While this limit does not exist, he will not respect you. He will continue to trample over you. Thus, the change starts with you. I'm not saying that you're guilty of his mistakes. He's a scoundrel. I have no doubt. But you have to know what to do to change the situation. The situation starts to change when you're respecting yourself. With you saying to him the following: I don't need this. I don't want this. I will not subject myself to this. Then you will resolve yourself with your life. You have to decide what you want in your life. Become a man in the first place, because you're not a man. You're not a man yet. So you have to become a man and then win me back. This is what you have to do. That's it.
There's nothing to add.
Of course. chances are you do not have the strength to do this. You don't know how to do this. You have to seek this strengthening. You have to learn how to strengthen yourself. So that's the role of face-to-face lectures that takes place on the love therapy. So you talk from Salvador, Bahia. What have you to do? In Salvador, we have the love therapy. We have a love therapy lecture. If you want to be happy in your love life, you have to plant the seeds. You have to start changing from inside out. Become a woman that the man will respect, and not a woman who will be treated like a long-suffering wife, like a slave. You don't want to be a plan B. You don't want to be the idiot in a man's life. So you have to learn to respect yourself. Be strong. It starts with rebuilding yourself. This goes beyond our shows here. We can't get into that subject in the show, so we have our face-to-face lectures. If you want help, then Thursday now in Salvador, Bahia is the Pituba neighborhood. There is a Universal in Pituba, Bahia, Salvador. You can participate at 7:30 p.m. of the Love Therapy Lecture. If you want the address or more details, then for the addresses, visit the site. You will find out the addresses where our lectures take place.
And here in the Temple of Solomon and in all the universal churches that has love therapy also has a daycare for your children. If you have children and think like that, oh, but at night, right, I don't have where to leave my children, we have a daycare and it's free too, as well as parking. In other words, we have all this for you to come and solve your problem, and you don't have to pay anything. Now you have to come. You have to come. We can't solve your problem in television, internet, radio broadcast, because you have an inner problem. You know, Renata, that the inner problem cannot be learned to be solved. It is a spiritual event. It happens inside the person. It has to be in the person.
And it is for those who want it. It is for those who want it, who wants to go after it, who wants to search. If you don't want, it's okay. Whoever wants will be here for anyone who wants. If you want to learn, so come. If you don't want, you don't come. It's that simple. That's simple. You have to know that you are the most interested. And if you do not seek for you, no one will seek for you. Happiness in the love life does not come ready. Keep this. It does not come ready for you to build it. You have to work. It is not luck. It is not the result of luck. People look at us and talk like that. Oh, it's easy for you two beautiful people and such. For you, you have everything and such. People who only use 0.1% of their brain say that because they don't know our history. They don't know that we were about to divorce. Yep. The beautiful twosome was willing to divorce. So if you look at us today, you think that we are a perfect couple, that we never said we were, but you assume that. You don't know that what we have today was built. And it is built. It's maintained. There is maintenance. So happiness in the love life does not come ready. Keep that in your mind, in your head. It doesn't come ready. You have to do it. You have to build it. If you're not willing to build, so be alone. You have a choice. It's your choice to be alone. It's an option you have in your life. Not having anyone or staying in a bad relationship. Those are the choices you have. This question is very interesting. She says, I have been married for 5 years, and we have been together for 10. My husband has started a new company recently, and problems started. Because he is a very, very nice man, women often misunderstand him. To sum up, in the first week, he was super kind and friendly with the manager, and even brought her some snack on the first day of work. The question is, when was the last time he brought his wife some snacks? You see that the woman notices this. She notices the details. Anyway, he praised her for me the entire first week. When I asked why so many compliments, the question is, when was the last time he praised his wife? He claimed that he wanted to give me confidence about the woman, and that that nothing was wrong. This only worsened. I saw the messages were deleted, very sweet audios for another woman. It was very disappointing because I have never seen this kind of behavior so clear, except 2 times in the past. But he said he had changed. I lost confidence in him because of that and for seeing that he was omitting everything. As a result, I told him that I'm not happy about this and other things. The answer I received was not to unload my frustrations on him. Teachers, I'm not sure how to act. I'm very upset, but I decided not to fight and say nothing more to him. Cristiane?
Yeah, you're wrong to accept, right? Accept not to make it a problem because it's already a problem. There's no way to hide it. He's trying to behave in a wrong way and get away with it and make you feel bad. Feel bad that you're thinking he's wrong, and he is wrong no matter how friendly he is or nice to people. The fact is that he has betrayed you 2 times in the past. This is a fact. It's not a detail. This is a fact. And in these 2 betrayals, wait a minute here. Let's take a short break because when the person cheats, we're going to make this very clear. When a betrayal happens, just apologizing won't be enough, It will not solve the betrayal. Apologizing is the minimum because now you have lost all confidence in the person. This is 1 betrayal. Now 2 betrayals, 2 betrayals, that is to say, there's no trust. There's no way to trust, even if he is not doing anything wrong, although he has some strange behaviors here, like to delete messages, loving audios, He has a tendency, he has this inclination. He likes this feminine attention. He likes it. But he has a past, and the past is condemning him. It definitely is. He has already cheated on you 2 times. Obviously, you will be suspicious. Will he cheat on me again? How do you know if he's cheating? Got it? So when the person cheats on someone, they have to walk on eggshells now. They have to rebuild, what they didn't do before. Now they have to do it twice more for the spouse because they betrayed. So now the person has to reconquer, win back to do the best. But a lot of people who betray, unfortunately, just say, look, I'm sorry. It was nothing, I didn't mean anything, and let's move on. Life moves on. This is wrong. And then you remain suspicious. So your mistake, betrayed wife, your mistake is believing that he is right and that you are making a problem, that you are making a storm in a teacup. No.
It is possible that he's not even cheating on her. But the issue here is a precedent that exists back there. And secondly, every betrayal starts like this, right? Cheating doesn't happen all of a sudden. You were a man or a woman who didn't feel anything for the other person. You didn't have any kind of contact with the other person, and suddenly, bam, you were there and kissed the person. It wasn't, that's not how it happens. It starts little by little, with a smile, with a little bit of flirting here and there. Everybody knows how betrayals happen. So he may be trying to tell you, but I'm a nice man. I just arrived at work. I have to earn the trust of my boss and my manager. He can say whatever he wants. But the truth is, and you must make the following very clear to him, be firm and with respect. All class. Be classy. Student, pay attention. Don't forget the class. Maintain your composure. Keep it classy. Be firm. You take him around here like this and you say like this, look. Look in his eyes and say like this. honey, but grab him by the collar. Keep your composure. Grab him by the collar. Call him to you like this. Look in the eye. And say like this, honey, pay attention what I'm going to tell you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you want to continue with these conversations with sweetie here, sweetie and there, with your manager, it's not going to happen. You're going to lose me. As simple as that. I am not going to be stressed out about it. I won't be checking your phone. I just won't. I'm just giving you a warning, a courtesy warning. But don't forget, grab him by the collar.
He probably won't believe it. Then because she has already let it go 2 times. So when the woman already leaves these things and she says that he thinks so, it is because she is upset that in a week or so she'll forget.
But be firm and don't forget to grab him by the collar and speak firmly. That's all I have to say. I won't be stressed about it. I won't fight about it again. If you continue with this kind of behavior, then you will come home one day and you will not find me here. End. Period. With class. Firmly. With certainty. Conviction that you are better than all the other women that are at his work. You have to be confident to do that. And once you have done that, be ready to execute your plan. Your word. If he risks testing it, put it to the test. Okay? That's how you deal with this kind of thing. The truth is that the man who sees a woman who only plays drama and has no sense of self-respect, of limit, he takes advantage. And he keeps testing the limits, okay? And for the men out there, very quickly, I was a man who was like that. Sympathetic. I talked about this in a Bulletproof Marriage book. I tell this story in our book, Bulletproof Marriage. I was a man I grew up having friendships with women very easily because I had sisters, cousins, neighbors, friends at school. But I realized that for a married man, this is not appropriate. It just isn't. I understood that. It's not because Christiane grabbed me by the collar. She got me in another way. Actually, I grabbed myself by the collar and realized that I understood that it is not worth defending my sympathy with other women and losing my wife's sympathy. It's not worth it. So, I'd better make my wife my best friend than trying to flirt with other women or enjoying friendships and admiration from other women. It's much simpler. And I enjoy what's simple. I don't like complicated things. Now, there are men who like what's complicated. There are men who like to pay 2, 3 child support for each woman. But to each their own. Well, students, that's all for today.
Does your love life need a little boost? An upgrade? A complete overhaul? Worry not. We've got the right treatment just for you. It's the Love Therapy course. Live stream from Houston, Texas every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time with Dave and Evelyn Higginbotham, teaching practical advice for both married couples and for singles to deal with the day-to-day ins and outs of romance and relationship issues.
If we make a mistake, it's not a problem to make a mistake, but if we make a mistake and we don't learn from it, that is a serious problem.
American culture is, follow your heart.
Yeah.
What does your heart tell you? Don't let anybody stop you. If you love this person, don't let them stop you. Go for this dream that you have. That's almost elevated as this noble thing.
Watch the Love Therapy live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Living Faith Network website, or scroll through the archives of past Love Therapy sessions on ulfn.org. For more information, comments, or questions, call 888-332-4141 or text 888-312-4141.